dream, the pageantry and splendor of the age of exploration, royalty, and Christopher Columbus, the legend and the man.
Hello and welcome to VHS Revue, and today's tape comes from the family archives of TV's Dan Ilic. But before you drop everything to go and listen to the latest episode of his very funny and informative podcast, Irrational Fear, get a load of some of the stuff that's on this recording from Sydney's Channel 7 on the 16th of July, 1986. Naturally, we're going to focus on the commercial breaks, but first, here's a random clip from the miniseries Christopher Columbus. It opens on a shot that makes it look like Columbus only has one leg, and finishes with a guy on a horse accidentally looking at the camera.
Fought well, Columbo. If there's anything I can do for you at court. It's war. You did well, but you'll never make a soldier.
Don't make them like that anymore. Thank God. So what else was on TV in 1986? How about this show? It's on at 8:30, but the promo starts at 11.
On Cagney Lacey.
What the hell do you want from me?
Mary Beth has marriage problems.
This is supposed to be the one that made the difference. But to say the truth, Christine, I don't think it will.
Is it leading to divorce?
Sure you're scared. Who wouldn't be, huh?
Cagney Lacey, Thursday.
And speaking of marriage problems...
Only Channel 7 has the prestigious ITV coverage of the royal wedding.
Not all at the wedding, obviously, because that would be impractical. Also, then no one would be watching the broadcast, and they've already gone to the trouble of organising 54 cameras.
On July 23rd, 4 television stations will cover the royal wedding. Which one should you choose? Well, 3 of them will share the same telecast from London. Only 7 has the brilliant Thames television coverage. Only 7 has Sir Alistair Burnett, close personal friend of the royal family, who did that famous interview with Charles and Di. 7 also has Colin Stanley Hill. Remember his program about Princess Michael recently? They'll have 10 cameras inside and 44 cameras outside the Abbey to back them up. Finally, the Thames coverage of the wedding itself starts live from London at 6:30, more than 90 minutes before the others. So, the message is simple. The wedding on 7 will be simply the best.
Sounds great. You get all that exclusive access and you don't even need to hand over a briefcase full of cash to anyone. Although, just quietly, bet your Prince Andrew wishes there were a tad fewer cameras around him. But this was the 80s, when the royal family could do no wrong, and the people loved them.
Tomorrow on TWT, meet the Queen of Fleet Street.
Fergie looks like an unbrushed red setter struggling to get out of a hand-knitted potato sack.
Her critics say Jean Rook writes with a poison pen. Her latest target, Sarah Ferguson.
She might have been licking that pen too. By the way, this is the first time a tape from Sydney has featured on VHS Revue. And if you've ever watched television in this country, you'll know that Sydney is the only city in Australia.
Sydney, you deserve the best. 7 News. Sydney, you deserve the best. 7 News.
Sydney's a great city. It deserves the best news coverage.
Sydney, you deserve the best. 7 News.
What do you reckon, Sydney? Should we have some women in the newsroom?
Nah.
I gotta say though, despite the Great White Sausage Fest, 7 News did have some awesome graphics in 1986.
Good evening, Greg Grainger with a 7 Newsbreak. Hopes are fading for 12 miners trapped underground in central Queensland. Rescue teams have begun tunnelling an alternative shaft above the trapped men at Moura, but that will take at least 24 hours to reach them. Poisonous carbon monoxide gases have been leaking from the mine shaft, which caved in after a huge explosion. A helicopter crash at Camden. 2 people walked away unharmed when the Robinson chopper crashed just before 2 this afternoon near the Camden airstrip. The main Camden runway was closed for the rest of the day. Finally, a lucky escape for a Bankstown couple. Fred and Betty Flint were watching TV when an out-of-control car crashed into their bedroom. Fred was trapped underneath and later hospitalised.
Who do you reckon was driving the car? Barney or Wilma?
Stand by now for the latest lotto results.
How about some real commercials?
Mr. Wong! Mr.
All
Wong!
the cities in Hong Kong.
Excuse me, Mr. Wong.
Yes, what's happened?
I've lost all my traveller's checks.
Oh, what kind were they?
Oh, American Express.
American Express?
Yeah.
They've got an office right here in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong and in hundreds of other cities, you can find help with American Express traveller's checks. Ask for them by name.
As opposed to asking for them by, what, smell? But if your traveller's check bounces, just whip out one of these.
With a custom card, you've got a permanent personal loan in your pocket. You can take advantage of sales.
The man has a custom card.
Get cash from the National Australia Bank.
Would 500 tide you over, sir?
Even pay for pools or renovations.
Handle this, Steve.
No worries, pal.
Custom card, a permanent personal loan in your pocket.
Wow, even pools. Here's an ad for a new decorating material with surprisingly high ambitions.
Contact, the self-adhesive vinyl from Nylex, opens up a world of wonderful decorating ideas. With colours and prints, clear and tints, Contact is the practical, modern and smart way to decorate around your home. Look for the exciting range of Contact decorating hints in this month's Better Homes and Gardens. Contact from Nylex, covering a world of wonderful ideas.
Nope, just school books.
At Mansours' massive winter clearance, the bargains are...
Brilliant.
30% off Saraban printed bedspreads. Single just $69, double just $89, queen size just $99. Dry Glow plain and jacquard bath towels priced to clear just $10.99. Wool Rest sleepers with free pillow pads.
Brilliant.
Onka Paringa pure new wool blankets, plain or check, $45, $65, $75.
Brilliant.
At Mansours' massive winter clearance, the bargains are...
Brilliant.
You know, I reckon they could have made that ad with just the lady.
At Mansours' massive winter clearance, the bargains are...
Brilliant. 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 Brilliant.
Yes, I thought so too. One of the lovable quirks about us Aussies is we occasionally stick a Prime Minister in the odd TV commercial. And I'm not talking about election campaign ads, I mean actual advertisements for goods and services. John Howard did those walk-to-work day ads. Gough Whitlam flogged Legos pasta sauce and Voca fax machines. Even Scott Morrison was in an ad for Vicks Vapor Rub. Granted, he was a child at the time. Then again, he was also a child when he was Prime Minister. But in 1986, the PM was Bob Hawke.
This is the edge of Australia, and it could be almost anywhere along our huge coastline. Beyond this very shore is the rest of the world. Other countries, other cultures, and regrettably, some conflicts. However we would like to think of our country, Australia is part of that world. And that's why our defence is important. But let's not have any illusions about immediate threats. It is apathy, that is our enemy. The assumption that things might not change in the future. A large part of the duty of our defence falls upon the shoulders of the men and women of Australia's Army Reserve. Above and beyond their normal work lives, they give up their time and effort simply because they believe in Australia. It is our duty to give our reserve every support in their endeavour.
Army Reserve. They're doing something for Australia.
Yes, they're doing something. Best not to ask too many questions about what that something is, though, or your home may be raided by the AFP. On that note, here's something you certainly don't see on commercial television today.
ABC's 702BL News.
Today, once again, the opposing factions are...
Current affairs.
Airport security staff have thwarted an attempt to...
Sport.
She's got it won. Riley Boilers won the 400 metres.
Music.
Come on and do it again. Don't you?
Talkback.
Then I suppose you have to enforce the law if it is the law.
That's right.
702BL. We're on your wavelength.
Whoa, an ad for ABC Radio on Channel 7? That's just weird. Admittedly, not as weird as this.
Who are you?
Roderick, Master James, your great-uncle's butler.
But he's been dead for over 30 years.
So have I, sir. But your selection of port...
What do you suggest?
Penfolds Club port, sir. A smooth, mellow port of great character.
Just like my uncle.
Penfolds Club port. By comparison, other ports don't stand a ghost of a chance.
If only Robert Hughes had been visited by the ghost of Christmas future.
Great movie, this one. Seen it 3 times. I know who done it. It was the big... So now you know who done it.
Violet Grumble. Nothing else.
I don't know. Sounds like a crunchy to me. Yes, it's time for What the Hell Was That? The segment for ads that make no sense. Let's begin with the runners-up.
I wonder what mood he'll be in, casual or formal.
I think this goes as both.
Maybe you should wear a flying suit. I mean, with his sense of humour, you could end up in some little French restaurant or some little restaurant in France.
Oh, really?
Right on time. He's certainly a gentleman. Hey, and he only drinks Dewar's Scotch.
Of course he only drinks Dewar's Scotch. Don't you deserve Dewar's?
What? Flying suit? Does she mean a flight suit? And then, does that mean the dude has his own fighter jet with 2 seats? She obviously knows the guy. So many questions. But that's not the weirdest ad on this tape.
Drake is really moving. We're out to get things done. The best job finders in the world. Drake is #1. We have the reputation. We've got a lot to prove. In pursuit of excellence, Drake is on the move.
That was terrible. People won't even know what we do.
I don't even know what we do. Nah, just kidding. What are we, like a bus or something?
Okay, those 2 ads might have elicited a what? Maybe even a what the hell? But only tonight's winner goes all the way and then some.
No, no, no. Nobody can say no to these. You have to say CC's. Just say CC's. Just say CC's. Just say CC's. You know you can't say no. Just say CC's. Just say CC's. You know you can't say no. Just say CC's.
What the hell was that?
Thank you, Dan. Also, I'm not sure why Melbourne's iconic Palais Theatre would agree to a big CC sign. Then again...
You can't say no to CC's.
Goodbye.
A David M. Green production, that one. A bit of class about it.
Be there for the extraordinary conclusion to this great adventure, 8:30 Wednesday night. Newsworld's next on 7. And by the way, if you haven't seen Britain's newest smash hit comedy, Hello, Hello, don't miss it tomorrow night. You'll meet René. He's running the French resistance, outsmarting the SS, his mother-in-law, his girlfriend, a gay guy from the Gestapo, plus he's bombing Germans with nitro from a gin bottle. It's the big comedy blockbuster, 8:30 tomorrow night on 7. Hello, hello.